Hello Torberts, my name is James, but you're very welcome to call me Jamie. I thought I would take a moment out of my day to introduce myself properly, as from what I understand, many of you are excited that I've appeared on the scene and are curious to learn a little more about me. As there are a fair few of you, spread across 3 time zones and only one of me, I thought I'd make this short video to introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about me. Although American by birth and still an American citizen, as you can probably hear from the sound of my voice, I haven't lived in America for a long period of time, except for a short stint in New York between 2015 and 17. I grew up in the city of Birmingham in England, which is the second biggest city in the United Kingdom. Um, I grew up in an area there called Moseley, which is a very beautiful, lush green area. If any of you have either read the Lord of the Rings books or The Hobbit, the area, the Shire, which appears in the books, was based on the area Moseley, so it's a very idyllic green area, and it was a wonderful place to grow up. J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of the book, actually grew up around the corner from where I grew up, so that's a nice little fact for you there. As you probably know by now, I was adopted from the United States in 1991, April of 91, and brought to the United Kingdom, England, to grow up. And since then, my life has very much been one of movement, and I think that first big move was a catalyst for the rest, really. So I went to college, what I would call university, in Aberdeen in Scotland. It's the fifth oldest English-speaking university in the world. I spent my 4 years of college up there. It was an absolutely fantastic time. In that period up there, I grew a love of the outdoors, nature, and mountains. As you can probably imagine, it's fantastic to have the Highlands on your doorstep. And from what I understand of you guys, you have Scottish ancestry in your history. So if any of you haven't been there yet, I'm very happy to give some travel tips if you're ever interested. It's not just the United Kingdom I've made big moves within. After leaving university in 2013, I came back to England. I went to business school, Aston Business School, which is in my home city of Birmingham. And a third of the study I did there, I actually did abroad. So I packed up all my things and I moved off to the capital of Sweden, Stockholm, where I spent 6 months studying at Stockholm Business School. It was absolutely fantastic living in Sweden, as you can imagine. I lived in an area called Hässelbystrand, which is at the end of the metro line in Stockholm, next to a beautiful lake. And it was a fantastic few months there. I realised I didn't want to spend my entire life in Sweden, so I moved back to England, but then there was another change. So several months later, I believe it was August of 2015, an opportunity came up to move to America. Obviously, being American by birth and being curious about my heritage and culture of the country of my birth, I jumped at the chance. So a job came up an internship came up in Manhattan. I had a month to prepare, once again getting all my bags and packed, and I jetted off to New York, where I lived between 2015 and 2017 in Brooklyn. I worked in marketing there. I still work in marketing. It was an incredible couple of years. Tough place to work, as you can imagine. But it was good fun, and as you can imagine, people go, "Oh my God, you're English" all the time. So a lot of compliments about the accent, etc. Although I had a good time in New York on the whole, it was a struggle in moments. I didn't enjoy my initial internship so much, so I left that 3/4 of the way through. As I didn't have many or any contacts in America at all, I had to do, as the New Yorkers say, hustle. I ended up doing jobs such as advertising, walking dogs in the park, various other things, some freelancing stuff. But I think the time I lived in America was very much the making of me in terms of a professional, and it was very good for me. One of my big regrets about my time in America was I didn't have much of an opportunity to explore other states. I got the chance to go to Virginia, which I know is the origin of many a Torbert. I got to go to Delaware, Pennsylvania, Jersey. Yeah, I think that's about it. But yes, I came back to England in 2017. I missed my family, as you might imagine, and I thought in the long term I wanted my career to be in the UK. So yes, lots of moving around for me. Scotland, England, Sweden, New York. But it's not only for work and study that I enjoy traveling around. My biggest passion in life is travel. I've been to, I think, just over 30 countries, Europe, North America, Asia and Africa, so 4 different continents included. All my spare money, aside from saving for a house and a mortgage, basically, is put towards travel. And me and my long-term girlfriend Gabriella often jet off to places. Soon we're going to be going to Hungary, Slovakia and Austria in March time, and in May we're going to the Netherlands, which should be wonderful. I know that sport is really big in America and it's massive here as well. When I was younger, about 12, 13 years old, I actually used to play for a baseball team, so embracing my roots a little bit. Redheath Rovers, so I still have my baseball bat from back then and my mitt and my ball. Unfortunately I don't follow it anymore, but I guess that was getting a little close to my roots. The sport that I'm into now the most and that I love and I have a big passion for is football, or as you would say, soccer. I support my local football team, or soccer team I should say again. They're called Birmingham City. They're not particularly good, but you know how it is. If they're from your area, you got to stick with them through thick and thin. So returning to my adoption for a moment, in April 1991, 2 absolutely incredible people, my parents, adopted me from Texas and brought me back to Birmingham, the United Kingdom, to grow up. They're well, alive, healthy. Their names are Jenny and John. I have an absolutely fantastic relationship with them. They gave me the foundations and structure and love to grow up and be the person that I am today. They live a couple of miles away from me in our family home. I live in an apartment near the city centre with my girlfriend, who I also love very much. Her name is Gabriella. She's from Germany, or what you guys might refer to the old East German part. So we're all a very tight, close unit, which is lovely. They're very supportive of me reaching out to my biological family on both sides, so the Torberts, and also the maternal side. So I'm really appreciative for their support. As you can imagine, all of this is quite a lot to take in and process at the moment. Seems to be so many of you, and you've given me an absolutely fantastic welcome, sending me emails, messages on Facebook. I've had some calls with Spencer, of course, who is very much an unsung hero in all of this, as he's managed to connect us. But yes, it's a lot to process, and I'm very happy and willing to get to know you guys, and I'm looking forward to it, and learning a bit more about my biological family history. But I hope you'll bear with me as I take a little time to process this all, because as you can imagine, it's a lot to take in. And it's not only the Torbert side, it's the maternal side as well. So I've got these 2 sides that I need to weigh up. But yes, I hope I get to know you more over the months and years to come. And hopefully one day we can meet, and I think that would be really lovely. It's a nice full circle then, from being born in Dallas to growing up in England to moving back to America, moving back to England, and then this lovely, beautiful reconnection. So yes, that's a little bit about myself, and I hope to hear from you soon, and perhaps I'll do another one of these videos in future. But until then, have a great day.